Can you imagine a cat who built his own ship to search for a lost planet? This story hides a great moral that you'll discover right at the end. In a village forgotten by maps lived Graw, a blue cat with spiral-shaped whiskers and a glowing tail, obsessed with the night sky. No one knew where Graw came from, but he claimed to have arrived on a fallen star and that his true home was beyond the last roar of the wind. Every night he climbed to the highest rooftop with a notebook full of calculations and dreams. "The stars are calling me," he said as his tail glowed. The other animals watched him with curiosity. "A cat who wants to go to space," murmured the hens. "What a strange thing." Graw ignored the mockery. In secret, he was building a ship from recycled parts. Wheelbarrow wheels, ladles, mirrors, and an old compass. Only one believed in him. Plun, a mouse with no ears who understood silences and helped assemble the parts without asking questions. "What if there's no planet?" Plun asked one day. Graw only replied, "Then we'll draw one together in the sky." After months of work, the ship was ready. It looked like a giant can with fabric wings and lights made from volunteer fireflies. The launch was madness. Graw and Plun climbed aboard. With a lever wrapped in leaves, they counted 3, 2, 1. Zoom! The ship shook, rose just a few inches, and boom! A wheel exploded, sending them flying into a barrel of jam. Everyone laughed. "Told you," squawked a crow. But Graw just wiped his face and said, "Next time, it'll go farther." Weeks went by. Each attempt flew a bit more. Each fall taught them something. Plun wrote everything down, even the tastiest jams. One night, a different kind of silence filled the air. "Tonight feels different," murmured Graw. Plun nodded without a word. They climbed up once more. The fireflies flickered as if scared. "Let's go home," said Graw with a trembling smile. This time, the ship didn't shake. It made no strange noises. It simply took off, as if the sky had been waiting for it. They flew above the clouds, crossed comets, brushed against auroras. Graw watched in silence. Plun cried without tears. And then they saw it, a small planet, floating alone, covered in purple trees and rivers that shimmered like silver. They landed in a clearing. Everything seemed to breathe. Graw walked and touched the ground. "This is what I've always imagined." They planted a flag with a photo of them hugging and explored for hours. Everything was perfect, too perfect. Plun found something strange. Small footprints, identical to Graw's. "What's this?" he asked. Graw turned pale. "This place, I already know it," Graw murmured. He walked to a lake and saw his reflection. It was a child, not a cat with cat's eyes. The planet began to shake. The clouds spun. "It's a memory," shouted Plun. "Your memory." Everything began to vanish. Trees, rivers, skies. "Graw, wake up," cried a voice. "You fell asleep on the rooftop." Graw opened his eyes. He was in the village, with Plun asleep on his belly. The ship was just scrap, or so it seemed. But in his pocket, there was a purple stone from the planet. And in his notebook, a new page. Planet Graw. Coordinates ready. Was it a dream? He wondered. But every time he closed his eyes, the planet came back. Maybe, just maybe, he had touched it. From that day on, Graw no longer searched for a planet. He built it little by little in his mind, sharing it with anyone who wanted to imagine. The others began to listen. The hens drew stars. The crow built a telescope. And Plun dreamed more. Because sometimes the place we're looking for isn't far away, but inside, waiting for us to dare to open the door. Moral: sometimes the most incredible worlds aren't found. They're created with imagination, perseverance, and those who believe in us. See you very soon with more magical stories that will take you to incredible worlds.